Going on, everyone? Still muted? Okay, it looks good. Going on, everyone? Give me a second. We're gonna get. It'll be a chill kind of day. We're just gonna catch up on some art practice pressure. Haven't been practicing as much as I would for had a lot of client work. Give me a second. We're gonna have the canvas up about a. Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I'm multi-streaming to a lot of platforms, so I have to try and like manage all my windows to make sure that like I could see everyone's chat. That's actually what I'm. That's what I'm doing right. Hello, Insta. Hello, Twitch. My bad to my kick people. Okay. Like we're good now. Hope everyone's doing well. One of those chill days. Kind of catch up on practice. Before we get started, if anyone is Griffith, what's going on? If anyone is a fan art, we're running the Spooktacular Savings event. The link in the Twitch. Doing all right. So I know a lot of my colleagues are at New York Comic Con this week. Wait, is it Saturday? I've lost track of time. A lot of my art colleagues, my friends, are at New York Comic Con this week. Going there? I missed out on my one New York show of the because I can never get in to New York. Gotten in one time to Comic Con proper. Um, Otherwise I've they had a 2018 New York Comic Con had like a side event. It was like speaking. Yeah, they had like a I got into. Mad, yo, what's going on? Prefer that Instagram chat? From what I've heard from quite a few people, it's a lot more convenient to just hop into it than a stream. Are you headed to New York Comic Con tomorrow? A lot of fun. Doing a whole lot of none of that. Yeah. I don't remember the overall shape. Saccharum. I remember. Pull up a reference. Lagging on here. Oh, it's lagging, huh? You know why it's lagging? You know why it's lagging? It's because it's lagging because I had to downgrade my graphics card recently. When I stream, especially multi-stream, and hit record at the same time, everything just gets fucked. Everything just crashes. I'm gonna stop the recording. I'll just download the VOD later. I'm gonna stop the recording. That should lighten the stream should clear up now that we've lightened the load. If you're watching on if you're watching on Instagram, you gotta let me know if it's still lag. It's cool now. Yeah, see what I mean? That's what it is. I'm a sucker. I had to downgrade my graphics card recently. I tried to do some frosty stuff. I ended up doing like a side grade, oh, not an upgrade, a side grade, and it didn't work out. And I had already sold my other one, and I was just like, I gotta use this little one now. Anyway, we'll see what happens on Black Friday. Clean up the streams again. Trying to remember this off the top of my head. It's been so long since I've done proper stuff. Loading rig. Okay, it's coming back to me. You know when you don't touch on a topic for a while, like remember when I did the when we did the perspective live stream a couple weeks ago? You know how I was just like perspective work is just so easy work to me. I don't even think about it. But when it came to trying to teach it, I was just like, oh shit. I like don't remember how to set up some of these grids. I was just I think it's more of a confidence thing. Anyway, hope everyone's having a solid weekend. can't remember what it looks like, so we'll just like a general of it. 'Cause I can't remember, like, when is Lightbox? Is Lightbox next weekend? I really would like to go to Lightbox X as like normal person, not as because you guys know I go to a lot of conventions as an artist, sell, go and sell. I would love to go to Lightbox like a normal person. Um, but I'm surprised that Lightbox Expo is still at the Pasadena convention. I went to Lightbox one time during their first. Couldn't walk around. Crazy. I hear all these pictures and oh, dude, I've seen well, I mean, I know how crowded it's gotten by post where they're just like, "Ah, that's how you're gonna get to your panel. Like, you have to sit like you have to like you're gonna have to like wait in line 2 hours ahead of time to get like a ticket. And they're like, then you gotta come back later. Come back later, right? Gotta wait in line again, right? Orange is a little too close to the red. Go for a green. Shout out to Artissa for sending me this uh brush pen kit back like 5 years ago. Did a review for them back then. You guys missed that 5 years ago. I'll give you the review now. All right, these pens are all right. I can never remember recommend pens on refill. That's what my thing. Me, a pen fillable. That's why I like the Pentel. Like almost all the Pentel pens. Put some Indian call it a day. Dave in the or the Twitch chat. What's going? And cut off. Mic threshold too high? Okay. Let me. Right. Thank you for letting me know. I actually applied a new filter on. So what I'm going to do is turn off all of my mic filters, and we'll just live life. We'll just live like heathens. So this is probably much better. Oh, sorry. This is probably much better, right? Yeah, yeah. It's because I got this mic sideways. That's why. I need it to be facing my face. But if I face it this way, if I face it like towards me, then it gets into the shot. It's the first world problems. So anyway, thanks for the thanks for the heads up. Yeah, this mic's fascinating. It requires like almost 100% gain. It's crazy. Anyway, well that's what I get for trying to sound fancy. Anyway, little cartoon bones. Your friend, a videographer, just got these new mics that don't have gain. It's pretty neat. God damn, yeah. So my the mic body itself does not have a gain knob on it. So I have to go through you have an interface here where I control it all. But um it's just like it's not even this thing right here. Even with this off, I still have to have the gain like pretty high. So I was just like, we'll just throw this on here anyway because I spit a lot when I talk. But yeah, but it sounds good when I get it to where I need it to be. It's one of those things where it's like it's a little inconvenient, but it's not at the point where I'm gonna like replace it, you know? Making lunch. All right, that's cool. I am going nowhere. Also, I'm not leaving the stream. He's wearing chonies. Don't get me in trouble, YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram. All right? Here you go. He's got on some chones. From Texas. Hey, I appreciate that. Oh, you did? Thank you. Was that online during my spooktacular savings event that I have going on right now? I dropped links to that into the YouTube and Twitch chat. No, but was that at a my bad. Any reason I need any reason so I can drop the link to my sale right now. No, but thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I once in next time I'm gonna be in Texas. I don't even know. Like my convention season next year is looking like dead, like super dead. Um, I got into Katsucon. I have um says love your work. Thank you. I appreciate that. About 2 or 3 years ago, you framed it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that Marvel vs. Capcom piece is like, well, this is easily one of my favorite ones that I've done. I mean, if I did it again, there'd be things I would change, but not too much actually. Um, it's just I would. I've been having trouble getting into conventions lately, and there's a lot of places that I haven't been to yet with some of my new fan art. And I just like would love the opportunity to go to these places. Like I would love to go back to Texas because I haven't been there. I th- When's the last time I had a Texas show? Um, I'd love to go back with some of my new stuff. I just having issues getting in. Yeah, but anyway, good news. I did get into Katsucon next year. That's my. I've been trying to get into that show for like what, like 6, 7 years, something like that. But I finally got in, so that'll be nice. But that's all the way in like February though, so maybe 2025 will be the year. Maybe that'll be the year I get everything. Oh yeah, I sit down and manually sign all my prints before before I put them into like I have an organization system kind of. And before I put everything up into the big racks that I have, I sit there and manually sign everything. Dude, whenever I get like a new shipment of stuff, sometimes it could take like 5 hours to sign everything. Hope the stream is going smooth for everyone. I know earlier Mad pointed out that the stream was kind of laggy, so crystal clear. Thank you for the for that. Real talk, I don't remember the bone structure um, around the feet. I remember I tried learning it a few times, and it just looks like, with like the hands, the bones in the hands. Like it gets a little messy right here. There's only like 8 bones on the wrist, but like how it's kind of messy right here, but it's pretty organized, and then the rest of the body is like a work of art, right? The way things are like sorted. Look at the bones on the feet. It looks like somebody just had. If you had like a pouch of pebbles and you just spilled it on the floor, that's what the foot bone looks like. So I've never mastered it because I was just like, I'm never gonna fucking remember this. So I put all my focus into learning how to just draw like feet. So if anyone wants to know the truth, that's what it is. Someone says crazy. We walk around on them. Yeah, I know. Yeah, human body is crazy. We need to look at some skeleton pics to learn. I mean, like, I that's how I look. I've already studied it. I've had many a study sessions with the bones of the feet. All right, that's how I know for a fact. I'm just like, look, man, I think I got everything else pretty okay, and I could draw feet. I could draw shoes. I'm like even if I get into a situation where I need to do some kind of like Halloween artwork or something, I need to draw like a spooky bone man for someone. I'll just give them sneakers. At least I'm being honest. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. Dave, what's up? Has anyone have you ever like cracked a rib? I think the only rib damage that I've taken, um, the only rib damage that I've ever taken was I put on my weight belt like way too tight. I have one of those lever belts back before they were cool. I bought this like back in 2010 or something. I still have it. I'm just too fat. I can't fit in it now. Anyway, so uh, I had it like super tight. Like pulled the lever, and I was like, "Whew, this is real tight." I went down for a big squat, and then like I just felt it, and then I came up, and I was like writhing in so much pain. It was horrible. So I don't know if anyone's ever. This was a long time ago, but I'm saying like the only time I've ever sustained like a rib damage was that, and it was like, man, it was like one of the worst pains. I hear that like rib and clavicle, because they're basically like kind of all the same, like they got that ring shape to them, and I hear that damaging either of those is like one of the worst pains. Right. You get sneezing fits. You can't sneeze once. You got to do for like 10 sneezes. Nah, I'm good. That would be annoying just because of how long it would take to get through 10 sneezes. Oh, that's how you injured your rib. Yeah, yeah. I didn't break a rib. I just had a small fracture on mine. So we must have had similar types of damage. It's horrible, right? Maybe it's because at the time I was still trying to like exercise and all that stuff. Like everything, breathing hurts. Let's do some let's do some exercises. Do some spooky bone people exercises, gesture exercises. Okay, we should exaggerate this a little bit more. That would be the line of action. Well, I mean, you don't gotta draw the individual ribs now. You could just you could do the spooky cartoon thing. Everyone knows what that is. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows what that is. You're fine. Like oh, you're talking about like measuring. You're talking about like fucking. Well, my lines are not like they're not like super like sharp, but like talking about like that stuff. We're trying to get like the distance correct on it and all that. Yeah, I'm okay. You don't got to do all that. Everyone knows what that is. you know. That's that's my minimalism. If anyone gets on your ass about it, just tell them you're trying to be economic with your line art. Just be like, I don't need to draw all these extra lines in here for the bones. I'm trying to be economic with my lines. All right. Head's a little big. Muscles might not line up right, but you get the idea. There you go. We'll shrink the head a little bit. Made a rib cage model in Blender, and you just fit it over your drawings and trace the ribs when you really need to. Hey, whatever works. That's super efficient. Why not, right? Because like you took the time to make that rib cage. You can use it for whatever you fucking feel like. you know. Yeah, when it comes to a lot of when it comes to study work is one thing, but when it comes to like illustrations, the older I get, like the more time I put in, the more I'm just like, I don't give a shit if the proportions are right. Because I've noticed that just like in general, nobody cares whether it's like it's you should know it for your own just for the sake of the craft, right? But it's just like whether they're a layman and they have no training, they don't know what they're looking at, or they're like an artist at any level. Um, if your stuff is off, nobody gives a shit, right? Actually, the I've noticed the only people who actually give a shit when something is off are like I don't like using the term low level artists, but like not as well trained, like ones who are still like learning, and then all of a sudden they're like, I fucking know everything, bro. I know fucking everything. Yo, so I went to San Francisco 2017. Kim Jong Gi had a what do you call it? He had like a thing there, right? He did like a live drawing, and there was like a lecture, blah blah blah. Like anyway, um, the live drawing took place at a small gallery where they had a bunch of his artwork up, and I swear to God, there was this dude who was walking around. Must have been he was like 5'4", 5'5". No way he was under 300 pounds. I'm just gonna say, all right. And I bring that up because I mean, from that you could just stereotype. Anyway, my point is, he was just walking around, just pointing out all the wrong things about uh, the proportions on the characters, on all the people that were in the drawings, and I was just like, bro, come on. I was like, what are you doing? Like, you can't just sit here and enjoy this. Like, you get to see this stuff in person, and all you could do is sit here and just point out all this shit. You know, he's just sipping on that haterade like crazy. Yeah, he's sipping on it. He's just like, look at that. Those arms are too long. Yeah, look at that. Head's too big. Yeah, you think you're cute. She ain't gonna let you hit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's for real though. It was unbelievable. It's like, man, we have this opportunity to sit here and like observe this work in person versus having to see it online. And this is what you're going to use your time to. Anyway, so the Twitch chat Mad Lass says you can't draw traditionally, but you can digitally. You need some help, is what they're asking. Um, if this is a serious question, then I mean the answer is just stop drawing digitally for a little bit and work traditionally. That'll solve all your problems. I know that sounds like a goofy ass answer, but it's not. That's just the truth. You're just like whatever medium it is you want to get better at, you just need to start doing that. Oh, you're asking, is it bad? No, nothing's bad. It's it just comes down to what do you want to do. Like, do you want to be able to draw traditionally? Like, is that something that you have a desire for? If you don't give a shit about it, don't bother. Who cares? I know plenty of professional artists who, if you handed them a pencil, they would just like burst into flames because all they do is work digitally. And that's fine because that's all they care about. Now you're fine. Now, if you personally want to be able to draw traditionally and you're not practicing it, then you got a problem. But if you don't give a shit, that's cool. That's just what you want. That's you know what I mean? Yeah, like straight up burst into flames. Here's a pencil. You remember being in a stream like this, talking to a recording for an hour, dude? Oh yeah, that's because like a lot of uh, it's because a lot of people want to have their streams running like continuously so they can get like those stream hours in. So they'll have their broadcaster play old streams or pre-recorded stuff just so they could have the channel running on like a continuous loop. You know what I mean? Oh, Proco. Oh yeah, I forgot Proco's channel does that, right? Oh shit, I forgot. That's different though, because that channel is not doesn't belong to like an individual. That's like a company channel. That's different than like if I did it. Yeah, there's a lot of you shoulds when you go into like learning practicing art and going into like art tutorials and stuff. There's a lot of you shoulds that will get thrown around and not enough you ain't gotta there's not enough of that. uh do some pretty sick poses. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're just I haven't done like a refresher on this basic stuff in a while. And I was feeling a little rusty because I picked up this really big client job and I was having a little bit of issues. Not like huge issues, but like this kind of stuff should be easy. Like this is supposed to be second nature, right? And I was just feeling a little like rusty. So I was like, fuck, I'm just gotta go back for a little bit. So Mad Lad says, You've just been told that if you can only draw something digitally, you'd be dependent on the tools on the digital medium to make art well, unlike traditional medium where you don't have liquify. Yeah, okay, but like you have liquify though. That's like saying that, you know what I mean? Like when I do sketching, I don't use a pencil because for me, I like to like force myself to commit to making, lines. Um I'm not going to sit here and point my finger at somebody and be like, "Oh, you're using that pencil, huh?" You know what that's going to do? It's going to make you reliant on like under sketching. You suck. Like I'm not going to That's like when God, I'm about to like date myself right now, but when I was in school, the teachers used to walk around and say, "Well, you have to learn how to do this math problem because what are you going to do? Carry a calculator with you everywhere?" Like these days, you're probably not going to hear that because everyone literally has a calculator on them. But back then, that was what they used to say to make you learn the equations. And I'm just like, well, I could just walk around with a calculator. So her point was just kind of stupid to me. I mean, I get what they're saying. Like, yeah, you quote reliant on certain tools, but that's the tool of your particular craft, right? So do you know who says stuff like that? You know who says stuff like what you just pointed out? That's people who have something to sell you. You know, you can't be reliant on digital art all the time because you're gonna create like a dependency and a handicap. You know, you need to learn, and the best way to learn is to buy my online course. Jizzle, what's up? Yeah. Anyway, but I mean, like, whenever somebody says that, you have to understand what they're trying to say. Is they're like, I mean, you don't. It's that thing where it's like, um, a lot of digital artists, excuse me, a lot of digital artists can develop pretty bad habits because you have access to stuff like undo. You have access to like nearly infinity colors, and when you don't have to commit to your drawing and you could just undo it or create a new layer, or you know what I mean, you're basically god. You could like turn back time, right? If you think about it, that's kind of what you are in that drawing. Well, that's what you are in all the drawings, but my point is like if you have access to that kind of power, you can develop bad habits. Like if you're doing like a line undo, a line undo, a line undo, and I know a lot of you do that because when I go digital, I do that. So I know you motherfuckers do that too. That's a bad habit. So I think, especially a lot of old school artists, they'll tell you you should learn X so you don't become dependent on Y, and that's where they're coming from with that. They don't want you to develop bad habits and stuff. But what I'm saying is we're at a point where digital art is everywhere, cheap tablets are everywhere. You could have that tool with you all the time everywhere you go. So I don't think you should give a shit. Just do whatever you feel like drawing. I have friends. I have friends who like, excuse me. I have colleagues out in the field. We go out when we sell our artwork. Dude, they can't even draw like a box. They can't even draw like a box and spin it around, right? But somehow they be making more money than me. Anyway, my point is, you just do whatever, all right? Stop asking people their opinions on shit. Just draw whatever you feel like. Gotta make sure we show this guy's wearing pants because the Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube people will get mad at us. There you go. Angel says it's not a bad thing to prefer digital mediums. Use what you like. Personally, I think it's important fun to learn fundamentals traditionally in order to learn how to adapt quickly. Yeah, in my opinion, based on my experience, I find that the practice and studies that I do traditionally carry over to my digital work versus when I practice stuff digitally, it doesn't really carry over um, traditionally. That's just me though. But that's because I started traditionally. I don't like I I don't know what it would be like if I started 100% like digital. Like of course that's what's going to feel more natural to you, right? So, it's hard to say. It's like when people give you a hard time about lifting weights and they're just like, "Hey, if you weren't lifting weights at such a young age, you'd get taller because lifting weights stunts your growth." And it's just like, bitch, you don't know that, right? So it's like if somebody started with digital art, you don't know what kind of positives or negatives it would have given them, right? So that's why I say shit doesn't matter. Just let people do whatever they want. Yeah, see, but because we started traditionally, when we practice something traditionally, it carries over digitally. But that's because of us. That's how our brains are wired, based on our experience. These 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 youngins, these children who started digital, you know, had an Apple Pencil at the age of 3. I don't know what's going on in their brains. My opinion, probably not a whole lot, but I can't prove that. So he said that's why when you're sketching, you're not near your tablet. You practice on paper rather than making final art. Mm, we're doing a lot of sideway hip turns. Oh, someone earlier mentioned Bridgman, right? I've never touched the Bridgman books. I'm a figure drawing for all it's worth stan, and when it comes to skeletons, I just I just use like Google images to learn it. Google images and the Morpho books are okay, but like they don't really go into like normally Morpho books. I always highly recommend them because I think they're very easy to digest, very comprehensive, and they're very short and they're cheap books. That's why I always recommend them. But the skeleton book for the Morpho series, I think is fucking trash. Like, but for like $5, what do you think you're gonna get, right? Um, uh, Stonehouse Anatomy is awesome. That's my one of my favorite books. Uh, so you have noticed that market. Oh, my bad, I missed that comment earlier. Um, my bad, my bad. I'll get to that. So Mad says I have noticed that the marketing is more important than the quality of the artwork. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I've been in I've been in the game for oh god, I keep thinking about it. I keep feeling like I'm new. and I'm not. I've been in this bitch for like over a decade now. Oh, sure, what happened? Anyway, um, yeah, that's just what it is. Because the people that are gonna pay the majority of your bills as an artist, it's it's people who don't know what they're looking at. You guys, I mean, everyone here is an artist, right? So you all know that whole thing about like, the more you train, the more you see, the more you understand, right? And that's why when you, as you get better, you go back and you look at your old artwork, and you just like, oh man, I see all the errors in it. Well, you know that the layman, the people who are paying your bills as an artist, they don't have that eye. They don't they don't have that eye. They don't train for that. I mean, like they can tell when something like really sucks, but for the most part, there's like a threshold of quality that a lot of artists, or that a lot of like the regular people, the laymen, they'll be like, all right, that's cool, and then it hits like this threshold, and then after that, it comes more down to like subject matter, how you market yourself in regards to like the style of the kind of postings that you do, and like your kind of personality, you know. Um, Yeah, so I do agree that, for the sake of like longevity as an artist, the way you market yourself actually, in my opinion, is more important than the quality of your artwork. We had this conversation the other day. I want to get too into it again, but we had this. We went off on like a half-hour conversation about this because like real talk, the only people who give a shit, even kind of, that you got really good at art are other artists. You're just like, oh, look at how much better I got at this. Like that's cool. Only other artists are gonna care about that. And if you want to like make a good living as an artist, you got to appeal to more than just them. It's like if you're making a movie, right? You gotta appeal to like a lot of people. Oh, we gotta give them pants. Twitch is gonna get mad at us. Do you have a hard rule for the distance between the bottom of ribs and the top of the hips? No, I don't. Um, because it's because like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really have a hard rule. Just I guess it comes down more to like the character design. Otherwise, if you're just doing free sketches like this, you kind of just eyeball it. Yeah, we actually talked about that a little bit earlier, in the Instagram chat. Nika's asking if I have a hard rule between distance from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the hips. I'm like, no. We were talking about this earlier, where it's just kind of like you get the gist of it, and people know what you're talking about. Like if you drew a rib cage like this, like if I did this, you know what that is, right? And then if I'm just like, or I'm just gonna eyeball, I'll just right here, like you know what that is, right? So, no, I don't really have a hard rule for that kind of stuff, like proportion and stuff. I just no. But that comes with time though. That just comes with like you've done so many drawings that you just stop caring about that kind of stuff. Um, Hold on, I missed a bunch of the chat over at the Twitch. My bad, everyone. I'll get to it. I have 3 chats open right now. I'm trying to keep up. Thank you for all the follows today, by the way, on the Instagram or the Twitch. Um, See, you agree to an extent. People put in work for marketing, but people like seeing progress. So marketing will only hold on. But people like seeing so marketing will only take you so far, especially when the person is set to believe they don't need to hone their skills. I have to completely disagree with that because I have a lot of art colleagues who I know in person, like IRL, who have not progressed their skills in like 10 years. This is not me talking shit. This is just me being honest. They haven't progressed their skills in like the decade that I've known them at all, even a little bit. And their business has continued to flourish because they're so good at marketing. So it really kind of depends on what you want as an artist, you know. If especially if you're going to go the social media route for marketing and not like, well, I guess, is there another is there another way? No, yeah. Um, Unless you want to work more low key, as in like you want to go work for like a studio, that's like that industry thing where you don't need a lot of people to follow you to to get a job and live a good life that way. I think I'm talking more so people who want to be independent. I think the things I'm saying now are more targeted towards that kind of life, more so than, you could always just get really, really good and then go get a job working at a place. Because if you want to work at like a studio, then you need to be really fucking good. That is where the skill will pay off. I think what I'm saying right now, I think I got a little tunnel vision. So excuse me. I think I'm referring more to people who want to just be their own boss. Like they want their art thing and they don't want to work for other people. So Instagram chat, Nika says you're getting start gaining a feeling for it too. Recently, you drew a very long, slim stomach, and it looked bad. Oh, you talking about like it looked like something like that, like a stick, like Peter Parker's neighbor in Spider-Man 2. But I mean, you could still make that work. Like, let's say the bottom's right here, and let's say like the top's right here, right? Like that's super long, but I mean, you can make that work, character-wise. I mean, that's like really exaggerated. It's like really long, right? But I mean, that works. You want like that slim figure, and you want to like really push the design. You could do something like that. So Instagram chat, Nika says, like artists selling stickers are always same five poses rendered. Yeah, but that's again when we say stuff like this, it always sounds like we're talking shit, but it's not. Look, man, everyone's got bills to pay, right? And if that's what they're happy doing, I mean, can you, if they're happy, like what do you want? Just because their version of what being a good artist does, damn, uh, just because their version of what that is doesn't line up with like the traditional idea of what a good artist is, right? Or a skilled artist. You know what I mean? So it's just like This because I'm referring back to the conversation we are having in the Twitch chat about like the marketing versus like getting really fucking good, and I'm saying marketing trumps it every single time. If wanting to run your own art business is the thing you want to do. Looks like one. Oh yeah, it does, right? uh, okay, so Mad Lass says it's really saddening when you put in so much of your time into improving art, and when you show your non-artist friends or stranger who isn't an artist, they're like, "Oh, cool," but I mean, they don't know what they're looking at. Hey, look. I used to be a professional auto mechanic. I know how to fix up cars. I know like I could do this. I could throw that part on there. I know how to do this. I wire tuck. If I show that to somebody who knows nothing about cars, I could put like 1,000 hours into a car, and I show it to somebody who knows nothing about cars. You know what they're gonna say? Like, cool. That's all they're gonna say. You know what I mean? So like, who cares? Like you can't let that. You can't let the untrained people's opinions like affect you that much. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you for the raid. I mean, it's Nick. It's not even that. It's just like just let everyone do what they're gonna do, especially if they're happy. Like, isn't that what everyone wants? Just kind of chill, be happy. If you and they're making money while they're doing it, that's all good. Just let them do it. We all got our own things going on. When I figure out what it is I got going, I'll let you know. But I know I got my own thing going on. Uh, Marketing is definitely something you need to work on. Yeah, I suck at marketing. Okay, I'm losing track of what we're doing here. This is supposed to be like a skull torso, uh, pelvis refresher course for myself because I haven't practiced that stuff in a while. So my bad, I got a little distracted. We're gonna get back onto course now. I mean, we can still keep talking about this topic, but I'm talking about I need to get my drawings back to where they need to be. I mean, you've heard that phrase. Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Think about that before you think that before you care too much about what people think of your artwork. Yeah, I don't know. I just all you artists, y'all just need to chill. I hope everyone learns to kind of just chill. Just do your own thing. But we had this conversation on stream the other day where it's like, but if you want if you want to be popular, you want all that stuff, then you just got to play the game. And the game doesn't care about how good you improved your gesture work. You know what I'm saying? They care about. I'm even gonna get into this. You know what I'm gonna say though. So, yo, Vince, what's going on, man? No, no, I'm just saying like, um, okay. So the other day, for those who weren't here, the other day we had an artist come up into the chat, and they're very much like conflicted about, um, like they're conflicted about the amount of time they're putting into improving their artwork but they're not getting a lot of like attention on their work, particularly on social media. And I'm just like, it's because people online, like the social media people, like the layman, the normal people, don't care about that stuff. So I posed to the question to them. I was just like, it depends what you want, man. If you want all the like the if you want the what is it, like you want all that like the internet attention, that's fair. You want what you want, but you know what they want, the subject matter. Oh, you like that phrase? I got it from Rick and Morty. I'm not a yeah, no, yeah. So the thing I posed to that artist was, just whatever it is that you want out of your artwork, you kind of need to just be working towards that. And if that means you want to use your artwork, your particular skills to get that clout, because that's what makes you happy, then that's what you should do. Because at the end of the day, just do whatever makes you happy. Now the problem is, like, a lot of artists will make stuff they know the layman don't want, and then they'll sit there and wonder, why isn't anyone looking at my stuff? I've tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas. You don't watch much Rick and Morty? You don't gotta watch Rick and Morty. You're fine. This seems to be the when it comes to marketing and social media and attention to your artwork, that seems to be the topic that comes up at least once a stream. Um, I was even on a panel at TwitchCon, and that topic came up. But anyway, no, I haven't been following Yu-Gi-Oh, man. I can't. The other day I had a well, not other day. It's been a few. God damn, that was like last month. I had this moment where I was just like, I think I could just build a deck, just for fun, just for me. I don't got to take this Yu-Gi-Oh deck because, for those who don't know, Vince there in the chat and I used to like hardcore Yu-Gi-Oh players. Um, anyway, I had a moment where I was like, I think I could build a deck. I don't need to take it to locals or anything. I could just build it for fun. And then I had to catch myself because I'm like, it's never just for fun. So I don't even bother following the game anymore because I'm just like, it's like too tempting. Yeah, I thought I had my ad breaks, my Twitch ad breaks, by the way. I thought I had them set for 1 minute every, like once every hour. 10 of 11? Holy shit. Damn. Okay. Well, the thing about having ads that are way too long like that is naturally you lose all the engagement. And the amount that I make through the ads, well, before the big break, you know what happened last year, right? Before it was fine, it was worth it. But these days, my ad breaks, my revenue is like nothing on it. So actually, like having y'all hang out in the stream and have the retention is actually far more important to me. So let me go and fucking goof off with that. Oh, you know what? See, it says automatically scheduled. Let me turn that bitch down. Okay, there we go. I turned it down. Does every view count? Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. So I adjusted it to what I thought it was supposed to be at. So anyway, there we go. It's basically you got for those who want you get 1 minute every 60 minutes. You get 1 minute of ads every 60 minutes on the Twitch channel. That's how I had supposed to have it set. It was set for way higher than that for some reason, so I fixed it. Okay, let's do some spooky skeleton gesture work. As part of our exercise. So I'm actually not even supposed to emphasize the skull today. I told myself we're just going to work on little torso refresher, but mainly it's the pelvis area. And then I guess we could throw the legs in there just because. But I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Like, what more can we do? All right, Vince. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you dropping by, man. It's good to hear from you. Hope everything's going well out there in your quiet, peaceful, not California place. Dog, hey, what's going on? Do you do feedback on stream? Oh, you mean like if people send me stuff and I give feedback on it? Normally I don't. Normally I don't because uh so in the past we did that, and then I would always feel just a little bit rushed when I would look at somebody's work, and I would just start naming off a bunch of bullshit, and I don't think I can give well thought out critiques on stuff that, you know what I mean? If I'm just like kind of goofing off here on stream. Oh man, has anyone seen Puppet Master? Dude. I'm gonna go refill my water. We're gonna come back in about like, well, I'm gonna go refill my water and then go empty out my other water. So I'll be back in like 2 3 minutes. In the meantime, if you're in the Twitch chat, um, if you're unfamiliar with my fan art, you should definitely give that a look. And I'll drop a link into the Twitch chat right now. We have the Spooktacular Savings event right now. My 1,000-hour Dragon Ball drawing and my 900-hour Pokemon drawing and all that stuff. That's available in my online shop right now. I think tomorrow is the last day of my Spooktacular Savings event. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go get water. NP. Okay, we have returned. So, um, since my streams always tend to attract other artists more than like we keep using the word layman. Like that's not. Fuck it. I'll use whatever word I want. I don't mean it to be derogatory, right? I. All right. Our streams always tend to bring in other artists more so than other kinds of people, right? So, as other artists in the chat, what are y'all working on today? I mean, if it doesn't even have to be a project. If I'm talking about like if you are practicing something today, what's on your to do list? Oh, a Ponyo piece. Oh man, I did we did a artwork of Spirited Away, like long excuse me, a long study some time ago, and it was like earlier we were talking about line economy, right? Uh and it's just like if you look at the thank you for all the follows on the Twitch by the way. If you look at the line economy that they use in those Ghibli movies, it's fucking nuts, dude. Line economy refers to getting a lot of information across without drawing a bunch of lines. It's been a while since I've sat and watched Ponyo, but I bet it's just as good there. Sketching a design for your first mural. Hey, thank you for the follow, Pap. Oh, a mural. Is it gonna be like a big, like, like how cities will they'll hire people to do like, I once got offered a potential job to do a big mural for our airport, and I was just like, I can't do this. I'm not gonna lie, I bitched out on it. Most not because like not well, I mean, anyway, I was just like, I'm not I'm not equipped for this. I can't do this job. So I just told him like, go get. You could find somebody who's gonna do this better than me. Daily practice on hands. Yeah, hands. For anyone who hangs out in the stream a lot, you guys know hands is like my favorite things. Hands is, hands are. Hands is a singular subject. Hands is my favorite topic. Hands be my favorite thing to draw. So like when I have my sketchbook and like if I'm in an airplane or I'm stuck somewhere and I have my sketchbook with me and I can't think of anything to draw and I don't feel um like people watching, I'll just draw hands. Have you ever gotten so fat that like it's not even a belly anymore? It like goes into your rib cage area. That's me at least once a year. And I don't mean holiday times. I mean just that's just how I get. Um oh, that's awesome. So we have a comment here in the Twitch that says, "I'm Japanese. I can't understand your language, but I like your art." Thank you. You get so lost in details. You have been focusing on shapes, so you did no lines at all. Hey, nice. Have you ever tried to study the Samurai Jack? Do you know there's no line art at all in that show, and yet they're able look at all the information they could convey with just simple shapes and no lines. Like their control over like the colors that are chosen. That's just fucking crazy. So I don't know if you've ever gone back and watched Samurai Jack now that you have like more of an artistic eye. But dude, you didn't know you drew. BZBot, yes, of course. Appreciate you coming through. All I do is draw. I have like no life. Oh, let me rephrase that. This is all I do with my life. Actually, speaking of which, I'm honestly I'm just kind of waiting for my wife to wake up. I'm in charge of her physical therapy, so whenever she wakes up, I actually have to drag her to the gym, and then we gotta go do that. So that's also what I got going on. I hope that my Discord link is still working because it seems to like time itself out quite often. But yeah, it's not a very active Discord, but that is like It's not like the most lit Discord ever, but like if you want to contact me or show off your artwork or that, earlier someone was asking about like uh critiques. Yeah, I have a section there where you could post up artwork if you need like critiques or help with something, and pretty much everybody else in the Discord is an artist. Yeah, it's not working. Of course it's not working. Hold up. Of course it's not working. Let me get that link for you. I don't get it. Like I don't know why it times out like that. Um, you can, and I thought I did. Try that one. Okay, now it works. All right. Well, there we go. All right, let's do some more. Let's do some more gesture skeletons. Draw them a little bit bigger this time. I know I'm being stingy with my paper. Oh, did we get a raid? My bad. I looked down for the first time the entire stream. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, you know what? I turned off, like, I don't have notifications. I don't have, like, ding dings going on yet. It's not a rerun. I don't. It made me click the rerun button before I went live. Like, it wouldn't let me go live. It wouldn't let me go live until I hit the rerun button, and I don't understand why. So I just clicked it and just, yeah. Oh yeah, welcome everyone. So today we've just been just doing some refresher. I was feeling a little rusty on a little bit of everything. So yeah. Thank you for the raid. Hope everyone is having a good Saturday. As with most artists, I have no sense of time. 3 minutes in Saturday, good so far. Oh, into Sunday. Yeah, so what we're doing now is I was feeling a little cuz I had some client work to do, and while I was working on it I felt super duper rusty. So I was just like I need to do a refresher course on some basic stuff, particularly the hip area was giving me a little bit of issues for some reason, and I don't know why. I feel much better about it now. I'll be able to zoom through that client work after this. But um so what we're doing right now is we're emphasizing the torso and and then the hips, mainly because that's where all the gesture comes from. And if I was having, because I was having trouble with the hips, I was just like, all right, we may as well just work on gesture in general, right? So we had to include the torso, and then we got carried away and started adding the head and the legs. So that's it. Any suggestions on the work-life balance for an art? No, I don't have advice for that. Okay, like I think the only thing anyone can do about that. Ooh, I think the only thing anyone can do about that is you just have to be honest about your priorities. As in, like, uh, you just have to be honest about your priorities. It's just like, well, what's the most important thing to you? And there's no right or wrong answer to that. The only right or wrong thing is what you do about it. So if you're like if you're legit like fucking whiplash style, you know what I mean? And you're just like, all I want to do is draw and care about getting better at drawing, and like that's all you care about, then obviously you're gonna do more art than other things. Your friends invite you to go out drinking or whatever, and you're just like, no, I need to draw. You know, um, and then that should kind of help you manage everything. So if you just be honest with yourself and just say, well, what's more important to you, um, then yeah, then that's it. And then once you decide what's more important, when it comes time to make a decision about what to do with your day or your time, make the choice to do the thing that you care more about. Then that's it. You get your balance. 2 months of work, 1 month of life. There you go. If that works for you. And don't lie to yourself. Oh no. Nah, uh, but no, that's what is the end goal of this? Just practice or for a client? No, it's for practice. My goal is always just to get better at drawing. Well, actually, right now it's specifically right now it's to retain the information that I haven't refreshed in a while. But my overall goal is just become a really good artist. Um, but yes, I do need to be able to get that client work done. So at the moment, that is the current goal to get refresh myself so I can get done with that job. Um, this is practice right here. This is practice. I'm refreshing myself on stuff that I was feeling rusty about while I was working on a client project. So if that happens, like if I'm feeling rusty about something, I just don't like the way it's coming out on the client project or the client drawing, I'll step back and kind of refresh myself because obviously that's a sign that I am rusty on a particular topic. And once I get better, or once I refresh myself, I'll be able to go back to the client work and get it done faster, and it'll look better. So sometimes it's good, like instead of pushing through with a client job, if you're having trouble with something, it's better to just be like, all right, let me slow down. Sounds like professional behavior. Yeah, you wish. No. Okay. What do you do about stylized art? You don't want to rely on style because lack of skill. You prefer right, excuse me. You prefer a more stylized look, but it seems like most people prefer realism. Um I mean like what we talked about before where it's like if you prefer drawing a certain thing, you just fucking draw that. Unless the client wants something, then you should give the client what they paid for. Um if if you're trying to impress a bunch of people and you know that they like realism, then do realism. If you don't care about impressing people, then just draw what you want to draw. Also, I do have an opinion when it comes to style, though. I mean, everybody here, we all know that like you should be honing not should. I was just like I believe that you should practice and become very efficient at no style, which is realism. No style equals realism. You should become very proficient at that. So then you could be more picky and choosy about the things that you kind of stretch out and mess around with when you're stylizing characters or cars or whatever, right? Because, like, you know, um, if you are using style as an excuse to not, become proficient at like what I call essential, which is non stylized realism. If you're using that as an excuse, you already know you full of shit. So it's like just either do it fun and enjoy it and don't think about it, or go study what you know you're supposed to study. Like, I'm not saying you're full of shit. I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Just draw whatever you want. Draw what makes you happy. Especially if it's not paying your bills. If you're just doing it, if you're making art and it's not paying your bills, you have I don't understand. You have zero reason to not draw what you enjoy all the time. If you're not doing this as a job and you have like no intention of trying to work for a studio or become like an art teacher or something, like I don't understand. Like you should just draw whatever you fucking want all the time. That's like freedom. You want to be able to make things believable. You don't want to do stylized only because that's all you can do currently. Okay, so it sounds like you want to be able to have a little bit more control and understanding of the things that you're going to like stylize and stretch out. Then yeah, you absolutely need to just study realism. Yeah. What is your routine? What is your routine kind of like? Like how much a day do you try and spend on art? Um, this is like all I do whenever I'm not handling family stuff. I think, oh God, I can't remember which commands work. Hold on. Hold on. Let me try. Ah, there you go. So the Instagram and the YouTube are where you could see more of my sketchbook stuff. If you want to see some of my fan art that I've done, we do have the Spooktacular Savings special event going on right now. Um, okay, we got a lot of new people here, so give me a second. Okay, there's two different kinds of like artwork that people know me for. So if you're hanging out on the stream and you're seeing this kind of stuff we're doing here, then hurrah. But if you've ever caught me at like an anime or comic book convention, which is what I do on like a on most weekends, my fan art, I do pieces like this where I just draw like uh, I'll take a property that I like and then just draw every character of that particular property. So this is my 1,000 hour Dragon Ball drawing, and then this is my every Pokemon up to Gen 8 drawing. Yes, I know. Yeah. Yeah, we did this. Well, we do all of these live. So we did this one live in like 2019. It was 3.5 months, like every day. I clocked over 1,000 hours. So someone did the math, and they're just like you averaged 11 hours of draw time per day while I was going to conventions, and I was just like shit. I don't even remember half of that. I was like, that was like a younger version of me though. I don't know if I got that. I ain't got that dog in me anymore. Um, so we haven't talked about this before. I've never brought this up before, but the I do have a time lapse of it on the YouTube channel. Or if you go to YouTube and type drawing every Dragon Ball or drawing every Pokemon, for some reason I'm not at the top of the search, but you could find them. So anyway, the very first version of the Pokemon drawing I did was back in 2015. It was Gen 1 through 6. And then like a couple years later, I decided to like update it. So then I added new Pokemon, and then when we did like the newest version, I like redrew the whole thing because my line art got so much better. Plus, I upgraded my computer, so I was able to like push the resolution really high. Um, so we're coming close to the 10-year anniversary of the first version of this, and I haven't brought this up before, but what we're gonna do to celebrate the 10th anniversary of this drawing, which actually paid off my student loans, which is why this particular drawing is very like very close to me. Um, like when I finished this drawing or the earlier version of this drawing, it got like shared around the internet, and I paid off my student loans like overnight, which was like fucking amazing. But so to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of this, we're going to be doing a series of live streams where we're gonna I strip all the color, and we're gonna recolor it all shiny. So I don't know how long that's gonna take, but for the 10th anniversary celebration of this, we'll be doing a shiny version of this, and I'll have like a limited print run of that, and that'll be fun. So we'll be that'll be of course digital. So hopefully Black Friday has some good sales on graphics cards because I recently downgraded mine and to stream, record, and work on a file of that size, I'm gonna have to beef that thing up. Yeah, I do all of those live because I like to get the time lapse footage of it, and then it's just doing it live is fun. So you get to see the progress, and I get the footage of it. So it's like you're gonna do the job anyway, right? So why not get something out more out of it? Waiting for One Piece to finish though. Everyone's bother everyone bothering me. Were you ever gonna do One Piece? Like I'll do it when it's done, man. Hopefully I'll be dead before that happens, so I don't actually have to do it. Hold on, I'm going up on the chat. I think I missed some stuff. Yes, I think the last question that I answered was, "What's your routine kind of like? How much of your day do you dedicate to art?" It's basically whenever I'm not handling family stuff, I'm doing something art related. What about everyone here? What does everyone do? Like, I guess medium wise or subject matter wise, what do you like to draw? Oh, this is a thick boy. Whoops. Last one. Graphite. About the Pokemon print. Oh, dude, thank you. Yeah, so it's every Pokemon and all their different forms. Good stuff. Pen, paper, anatomy poses like this one. You started from scratch like 5 or 6 months ago. That's good. Dude, there's so much. Oh, isn't it awesome? Like, there's so much information online now. See, the head should be tilted a little bit further down. So it should be like. uh, horror and monster butts. How you pay your bills, landscape and stuff. Yeah, there's the artwork that you make, and then the artwork that pays. Manga, but practicing fan art to make stickers and prints. Oh, nice, yo, stickers. We were talking about that earlier. Like stickers, where it's at. Stickers, charms, pins, like that's where it's at. Whoops. Ignore this hand. It's quite ugly. Signs of fatigue are kicking in. I'm gonna blame the green pen. It's got me feeling a certain way. Uh, you do a lot of portraits of people, but you do computers for a living. Headed to bed. Really enjoy the stream. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. It's because I'm not warmed up with the hands. It's because this is not supposed to be a hands stream. I told myself we were gonna stay focused on the pelvis and the torso, but we could take a little break from how many fucking pages of the rib cage have we done? All right, we're gonna take a little break from spooky skeletons. Okay. Change the music real quick. Music for me. You know, it is nice to have so many artists come by the stream. And thank you for all the follows today, by the way. That's really cool. Yeah, I I used to go to like a lot of art events and conventions, and lately I just kind of haven't. So it's been nice to kind of get back onto the stream and talk to artists again. Oops. Okay, there we go. See, we're starting to warm up a little bit. Mural artists. Where were you before he got that commission? Wait, what are you talking about? What commission? You like that you draw? You like that I draw? Oh, never mind. Oh, that mural commission that I turned down. What about it? What do you mean? Where was I? I just because they wanted it done with like particular like there's a particular style that they wanted it done in, and like I just wasn't comfortable with it. I was just like, this isn't. It's kind of not. You know, it was in a size that I normally don't work with. It was a medium I at the time wasn't familiar with. It's it was a style that I was just like whatever. The only reason that I got contacted for is because one of my buddies like works for the city, and he like dropped my name, and I was like, I appreciate it, but I'm good. Plus, okay, honestly, it would have also meant that I had to turn down other work if I did it, and I was just like, why am I gonna turn down other stuff for a project that I'm probably gonna fuck up? So coulda, coulda. Oh yeah, it really forces you to commit. Yeah, we talked about that earlier when we were talking about like good and bad habits, particularly habits that are built around like people who start with digital art. How I was talking about like you develop the habit of like control Z too much, like having access to like every color. You're basically like God, right? Like you could it's hitting the undo button and then like duplicating layers. That's the equivalent of like if you messed up a traditional painting, you're just like I'm just going to turn time backwards for a second. You would never commit. I Lost track of what we were doing here. Uh, we look like dungeon mobs. We'll get back to spooky skeleton practice after this. Just need to take a break. Parsley, go lay down. Ooh. So I have my puppy here. She's 2 years old, but she's like 60 pounds. She's whining. Come here. Say hi to the chat. You stink. I gotta give you a bath today. Do you ever do timed figure? Oh, excuse me. Um, not lately. I used to do them like religiously. Yeah, I used to do them like religiously. I used New Masters Academy on YouTube, and then oh, you know what? So okay, you guys know that I was telling you I used to, well, I still do like conventions. I travel to anime and comic book conventions. I would spend, I would make a point to do people drawing when I was stuck at the airport, which I was stuck at the airport all the time. So you know, it's the poses that you see at airports are very interesting because you don't just see people standing around. Everybody there is just fucking struggling to stay alive. You know what I mean? Like, like you're gonna have somebody just folded up into a chair, just trying to stay warm and trying to get some sleep in, but not so long that they miss their flight. You know what I mean? So you can anyway. So I have filled up sketchbooks of just people just uh, at the airport. So in a way, that's kind of like, hold on, orthodontist is calling me. Hello. All right, cool. They just have to check on a retainer. Those orthodontists. My bad. Anyway, so I put like crazy amount of time people drawing at the airport. And during slower conventions, I'm at my table. Um, I would always have my sketchbook and draw people at the conventions. This is like the most popular pose at a convention. Just like head down, right? Just like have their hands on their hips, like hunched over, just struggling to hold the bags of stuff they just bought. Anyway, I would draw people at conventions, and as they walk by, you don't have a lot of time. So I guess I don't know. I never really thought of it like this, but yeah, that is time to figure drawing as well. But also, the people you see at the cons are always dressed. They're cosplaying, so you actually see a lot of cool like materials that you normally wouldn't see. So there's a lot of. I was trying to. I remember I would always try and keep an eye for like material thicknesses from cosplayers, and I would always think, man, that looks really like hot. You feel bad drawing people who don't know I'm drawing them? Why do you feel bad? It's for the art. You seem really good at seeing. Um, I think I think it has more to do with intent. Like we as artists, we know that the things that we see are ultimately gonna impact the things that we like create, the things that we paint or draw, right? So knowing that, you kind of you look at things differently. You kind of turn it on, right? And I think everyone is just capable of doing it. I just don't think everyone remembers to do it. You know what I mean? Lots of people. Yeah, exactly. Oh, exactly. Yeah, but I think I think it's a choice kind of thing. I think everyone has the ability to kind of like take in the information. It's just like, have you made a habit? Have you made a habit of it? Yeah, I always had to make a point, like man, I'll be so tired after a convention, and it'd be like 11 p.m. at the airport, and I'm like, I got like another hour till my flight. I just want to chill. I just want to get some like, I just want to get like food or whatever. But then I have to remind myself. I'm like, look, man, you have an opportunity here to be around, because I don't go to like figure drawing classes, right? Like I don't have an art class or group of artists that I hang out with in real life. So I always have to remind myself. I'm like, look, man, if you're not using this opportunity, you're squandering it. So you fucking get your sketchbook out and get to work. Well, we got to give him pants because Twitch will get mad at us if he's not wearing pants. Yeah, it's I mean, naturally you'll get better at seeing if you practice it, right? But yeah, I think in regards to most people or artists, it's they just forget that they should be looking. I use that word again. Should. People watching, just like people watching at the gym. Oh my god. So I go to a Planet Fitness, right? I go to Planet Fitness because it's like literally across the street from me. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm in charge of my wife's physical therapy right now. And Planet Fitness is like perfect for our needs, right? But man, you want some fun people watching, man. And it's not even like the shit that you see online, like the extreme cases of people you see at Planet Fitness doing some crazy shit. That's not the interesting stuff. Those are cartoon characters. I'm talking about like the normal people. Every guy looks like this. No traps. They never got traps. They never have traps. Gorilla with bird legs. Man, I haven't done a gorilla study in a long time. Do I remember what a gorilla looks like? The only animals that like really stay with me, my visual library that I could like summon on command, alligators slash crocodile, because I'm a racist and I think they all look the same. Um, Pigs, horses. I think that's it off the top of my head. Real talk, I'm just trying to think of Beast Wars right now. Gosh, see, I can't remember. See, it's hard, man. Like I've done studied so many. I just said I done studied. I've studied so much stuff. It's hard to fucking retain this stuff, man. I do remember. You had a client make you add a raccoon to a bike related mural. Oh, how was that? Dude, if you asked me to draw a raccoon right now, I could not do it. I could. Oh, it's done in 30. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm talking. I thought you meant like remembering off the top of your head. Okay, okay. Let's let's get some focus. Let's get back. Yeah. You can do a rat, dog, or cat from memory. Also a frog. I could do frog. Funny enough, I can't draw a dog off of memory. One, I've never studied it, but also it's a little dumb because I have a dog. So you think I would be able to? I can't do a cat. This was like we had a series of live streams for a couple of weeks where I was doing nothing but different animal studies. We did like tons of animals, like crazy amount. And like if I did a little refresher, I could remember them, but like off the top of my head, I can't remember most of them. But one of the running jokes across the whole series was I could never draw a cat. It was like I know that they have the bridge. Like I think I could draw a cat's skull. So then I gave up and I just watched the Aristocats and said that's the most you're gonna get out of me. Like like I pulled up screenshots of the Aristocats and I was like, that's it. That's all you guys get out of me. It's over. Oh yeah. Yeah, all the work that I do is like at most 24 by 36. So to me, uh, practicing on scratch paper like this is very natural to me. Like I have almost filled up all my sketchbooks, right? And I realized I have a shit ton of printer paper, and I said I'm not going to spend any money getting more sketchbooks as long as I have like 10,000 sheets of printer paper. I'm like, no, no, that's not happening. Okay, well, obviously I'm tired because once we start drawing stupid shit and we have totally fallen off topic in regards to what we should be studying, that is usually my sign of like I'm kind of done. So I'm gonna once again remind everyone that the my fan art, uh, part of the annual Spooktacular Savings event, which is the only time I ever put my fan art on sale at a discount. That's available right now. But R for pooping. No, we will. Let's go raid somebody. We're gonna try and find a traditional artist. If we can't find, wait a minute. Yeah, yeah. What's up? Yeah, I gotta find somebody to raid anyway. So I think I found someone. I'm unfamiliar with this person. It's not English speaking, so there's that. Would you say that what you're doodling now is unproductive in terms of studies? um, uh, and can you break down how drawing people at the airport helped you get better? You've been listening for a while and thinking, not trying to sound like a douche, and I'm in a good mood. Oh yeah, no. So, so that question about the airport, I think that was very helpful to sketch a lot of people at the airport because one, I mean, figure drawing is also figure drawing is always going to be a positive. It's always going to help you out. Then mileage in general, drawing more mileage, that's always very helpful, no matter what it is. And then it helped me build good habits to default to sketching whenever I felt tired or bored. So in all those different aspects, drawing people at the airport or when I was traveling in general helped a lot in a lot of different ways. Plus, you get a lot of weird poses at the airport. That's what I meant earlier when it's like when you're there, you'll see a lot of people just struggling to stay comfortable, and you'll see people curled up in poses that you normally wouldn't get to see. So you kind of just start putting those poses into your they refer to it as your visual library, but basically it just means you putting it into your data, like your data bank, your mental data bank. And that's always good. The more poses, different kinds of poses you normally wouldn't see. So there were a lot of benefits to crunching that time at the airports. Yeah. In regards to your other question about um, so Jim says drawing from life. Yeah, it's that. It's like you could sit at Walmart at like I don't know if your Walmart has like a Domino's or something. You could sit there and just draw people. That's productive too. But specifically at the airports, for me, I found because there's so many different kinds of people, different kinds of clothing, different kinds of like uh, poses that you get that you normally wouldn't see. I thought it was a really good opportunity, and that's why I didn't want to squander it. I had to tell myself, stop being lazy and get to work. Yeah. In regards to what I'm doing right now, do I find it productive? Um, I mean, like even if we're goofing off, like we were doing here or whatever, or like right here. I mean, I mean technically we're still practicing, and then it reminded me like, oh shit, I don't remember how to draw a gorilla because it's been so long, right? So no, even goofing off is still good as long as you're paying attention and you're like I'm goofing off right here, but this is foreshortening practice, right? We were supposed to study the torso, and I'm applying that here. So yeah, we're fucking goofing off, but still applying what we're applying knowledge, right? So I think spamming figures did not help you because you don't know much about the skeleton and muscles. Back then, you were just repeating the same old shit. Well, I guess that's the difference between like when people say study. There's a difference between like just copying an image one for one and just really trying to understand what you're looking at. So have you ever again Proco used to have a video on this. I don't know if it's still up, but you could find other people who go into this, learning how to reverse engineer figures to find line of action and to find the gestures and then to turn them into basic shapes. So if what you've been doing isn't helping you, you can try and reverse engineer it. So it's like, how earlier our sketches, I was like, I would set up a line of action, right? And then I'll fill in that line of action with something, you know? I don't know what that is. An ostrich leg. Right? What you can also do is like if you take a picture of something or someone, what you can try to do is reverse engineer. Like you see like we would see this, and I'm like, okay, well the line of action is this. Well, if I were to break them down into simple shapes, like 3D shapes, then you could break them down that way. And if you do that, it's more than just copying a one for one reference. You're actually kind of like, you know what I mean? You're actually like learning things. If you're just copying something without paying attention, that's not going to help you. You swear people that are insane at drawing from imagination love drawing people at the airport. It's funny though. They like everybody's just so miserable there. I mean, that's not the funny thing, but it's like the poses that you get because everyone's trying to survive. Though that's the funny thing. He's got chonies on. Don't get mad at us, Twitch. Uh, Maybe it helped me with gesture, poses, wrinkles. Yes, all of that, all of it. Yeah. You asked about doodling productivity because you said you got tired of hips and started doodling on your own. So that's like a sign to you. It happens when you draw a lot. I think it's because I like the thing that prompted me to choose hips and like the thing that prompted me to pick this specific topic today was because I was feeling a little rusty while I was doing another project. And now that I felt more comfortable with it, I'm just like, all right, well, I'm over this. Let's go do something else now. That's all it came down to. No, you can't offend me. I don't give a shit. No, no, no. I mean, I'm here for questions. I mean, that's why I stream, right? Also, stream so we can get that sweet Twitch revenue. Half a penny per hour. Uh, uh, Practice reinforces study. If you don't regularly draw what you learned, yep, exactly. And that's the thing I was talking about. I've studied, for example, just one example is the different animals that we've studied here on stream. Not even counting the animals I studied on my own. I can't remember how to draw all of them, motherfucker. Like that's so much stuff. Anyway, um, well, we have a non-English speaking. Oh, let's go. I'm gonna send you off to somebody who speaks English. I only raid traditional artists now. I used to just raid anyone so I can get the achievement, but now we already got the achievement, so now I only raid people who I think are interesting. Otherwise, I don't send it off to anybody. Cause fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I don't know. None of my friends are online either. Well, I guess fuck them. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. No, no, no. We'll okay. We'll go to this. I think they're German. Okay, but they're doing traditional art, and I'll send you off to that person. So, if y'all have any more questions, go ahead and throw them at me now, and we'll just let the raid kind of do its thing. Oh, what happened? And also, I appreciate everyone who hung out from the previous raid. This is more or less what all of my streams are like. I'll just pick a topic to kind of work on, um, and then eventually we'll get bored of it, and then we'll just do some stupid shit. That's essentially what all the streams are. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. All right. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you.